And 3, 2. What's going on, world? It's your boy J Man.
And it's your girl Ashley J.
Ashley J. I just love that so much. How's your week been?
It's been good. Just, some readjusting to things and, getting situated. But this week has been really good. The weather has changed. And
I was glad I could put on a sweatsuit today.
Yes.
I'm rocking Jedi Boutique, by the way. Jedi Boutique, by the way.
for sure.
For sure.
That's where we hosted our live event from last week.
Yes,
and
yes.
They had a lot of nice pieces. It was a piece that I really wanted, but it was sheer. And I think somebody purchased it, baby. It would have been see-through on me, not sheer.
Really?
Because when material stretch, you can really see. So
okay,
it was going to be stretching on me. Yeah.
Understand.
Yes. So how everything going with you, J-Man?
I'm trying to break these generational curses, baby. Last week was it was a test for me. It was a test, and it was a opportunity for me to realize, I'm held back by a curse, and I need to break it. I need to get to a point in my life where, at the end of the day, I have control, and God has control, and not necessarily the people that are around me having control.
Yes.
So,
that's a word that you should be incorporating in this moment right now.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Your own word. Yes. So this week we got one more week of body confidence.
We have one more week of body confidence, and I have lost no weight. I have lost no weight, but this body confidence season, I'm starting to realize that it's more about self-confidence more than anything. So I think even though, we were so focused on the body, but once again, we have to go back to being focused so much on the body is because of what we see in the atmosphere, what we see through social media, what we hear people say, you too thick, or, you too skinny, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So for me...
Oh, that's a word for me.
Yeah, for me, it's just kind of like, at the end of the day, it could be about body confidence, but what about my self-confidence? I got to work on my self-confidence before I can work on the outer.
Yeah, and I think, when it came about, when we got to body confidence, really highlighting, really discussing what it meant, only because in society, it's one of those things that go hand in hand. Self-confidence, body confidence, because, how you look indicates how you feel.
Yes.
What you're going to project to the world, how you're going to interact with people. If you feel like, I look good, I'm feeling myself, what I eat pieces.
Why?
These pieces are hitting right, so it definitely starts from within and then working on the outer. So I get what you're saying, self-confidence, body confidence.
Yeah, so J-Man is working on his self-confidence because at the end of the day, I've lived my life by the opinions of so many people. And at the end of the day, Saturday, I can't even say Saturday, it had to be Sunday when it really resonated to me. After the sermon that I was listening to and everything else, it was just kind of like, you know what? This is it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not happy about it, if you feeling some kind of way or whatever it might be, oh well, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to sit here and live my life based off the opinions of others and how they're feeling. So, it's time to move on, baby. It is time to move on.
That was the biggest thing. And it's so crazy because, we were supposed to lose some weight, right? And we were supposed to get on track. But I wouldn't say it's not that time yet. Because, you can always...
Well, the holidays is coming up. So it ain't really that time yet. Because I'm going to want to eat for Thanksgiving, baby. I don't want lettuce and tomatoes and salads.
I think it's the position that we are in. I feel like that when you really dive into weight loss, when you really dive into healthy eating, because your mind gotta be focused. You gotta be pierced focus, tunnel vision, nothing that you have to be a slave to taste. You know, you got to be a slave to, you know, not being a slave to taste. You know, not just, because it feel good, it tastes good, it look good, this is a cheat day, I'm just gonna overindulge. You know, so I feel like the positions that we're in, we're trying to shed so much.
Right.
And it's just like a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't do it all at the same time.
We shedding other things than weight right now. And I think in this season, that's where we need to focus on and get that, because that messes with our mental. So the things we got going on, it's like we can't lose no weight. We can't really focus on, hey Jay, let's do this meal plan, let's get this workout on, let's do what we need to do. We got other things that's distracting us. We got things that, you know, like I said, it's destroying our mental. So when it's time for us to be strong, these things are coming at us, and it's just like, man, I'm gonna get some American Diddle.
Because just being honest with myself, like I'm a stress eater, and not to say that I've necessarily been stressed about anything, because God is a keeper, and He has really just been blessing me in all realms of everything. However, dealing with things that at the end of the day, or giving power to situations at the end of the day that cause me to stress, you know. Cause me to eat certain things, and I just love me some wings. So baby, I do. Just like this morning, today's my mom's birthday. So I had originally a plan to cook brunch, and I had this whole morning plan. First of all, just to make sure that her morning popped off well, because I knew I had to be here. And baby, come 11 something, she's talking about some. You still want to cook? Girl, you supposed to be out getting your makeup done and other stuff. Now you want me to cook?
So Jay made me go down in the kitchen.
Yes, ma'am. You already know. She was like, you can just make something simple. I'm not just a make something simple type of person. So I had to get in there and, French toast and lobster and grits instead of shrimp and grits. And, my little fancy scrambled eggs. And then, you know what I'm saying? Throw a little chicken and some grease.
About those scrambled eggs, baby.
You never had them.
That time you had cooked them eggs. You had cooked them eggs.
I didn't cook them eggs. No.
Look like they like regular eggs.
Oh, okay, baby. You never had my breakfast.
But yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing when it just coming to where we're at. And even though we want to get fine wine and
I want to be fine, you know what I'm saying? Not only just from the neck up, but from the neck down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hello. Hey.
But we have to shed other things, Jay. Like this season right here is for us to shed. If you guys are out there dealing with, really trying to focus on losing weight or getting healthy, you need to really reevaluate why. Your mental stability, what is going on in your life that, because at the end of the day, you won't be successful in that area if these things here can trigger overeating or, binge eating or, just that instability of being able to focus in this area of losing weight and, getting healthy. Because when I was like fully gym rat, meal prepping, it wasn't that going on in my life. It was nothing. I wasn't having a relationship issues, family. I was solely focused. I couldn't wait to get out of work to hit the gym.
And it's crazy because the same thing happened for me. It was like in between. I was like 19 and 20, and I had picked up all that first year of college weight, and I basically everything was good, and it was like, okay, well, I gotta shed these pounds. And so every morning, I was working overnights at the time. Every morning when I got off of work, I would go run, I would go walk, I had my trail, I was drinking my water.
Even after the overnight shift?
Yes. It is nothing like it to just and I guess it was because I would get off and the sun would be coming up.
Yeah.
So with me getting off and the sun is coming up, it's like, okay, I got this second burst of energy. I've always been that type of person. I always get this second wind when I think I'm tired.
Yeah.
And baby, that second burst of energy. And when I tell you, the thing was I had dropped all this weight, but I didn't build no muscle. So then I just went back to eating.
Yeah.
Because it was just like I was a little popsicle.
Because you were losing wait, you wasn't strength training.
Yeah,
and,
I was right.
And that's because we do have a personal trainer that will be here, and she's gonna, give us.
I can't wait for that. Cause
Yeah.
baby, she gonna get your boy J-Man right. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna be able to get this photo shoot that I want. And when y'all see this photo shoot, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Nothing. Period. But on that note, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we return, we're gonna have more on body confidence.
You in my business.
Don't do that.
You wanna be in my business.
You wanna hit me up on a late night.
Cause you like my body confidence.
As y'all see, y'all, we play all day. All day.
I play all day. I have to get Jay to playing.
Okay, so welcome back, guys, to Generational Empowerment. I am your boy, J-Man.
Remember, girl, Ashley J.
Not a thug. That is not generational empowerment, love.
That is me expressing me being true to who I am, empowering me.
Oh, okay, baby.
Period. But yeah, so it's so funny because today, right? I had a wax when I got Brazilian wax and everything, and it was just so funny how. Why would you look like that?
Cause all the time you talk about your little wax, baby. Nobody care about your wax.
I be having life conversations with my estheticians.
I thought that somebody do eyelashes and stuff.
Estheticians?
Yeah.
No, those are people that skin.
Yeah,
body.
skin.
Estheticians.
That's esthetician work.
Yes. She removing hair follicles.
Yo.
I know, I've been wondering. We had a long chat, but anyway. So I think after, because our next month is going to be Know Your Worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, we're going to talk about body hygiene.
Body hygiene.
So remember, even when you had the discussion and you talked about a little someone and y'all dated or whatever, and it was some body hygiene issues.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like, for real. Not like you talk about, but
yeah,
you
per se, but okay.
yeah, like intimate times or just like
You're
how to
absolutely
tell people about those things.
You're right. Here we want to break them curses, and we want to bring people into a different realm of understanding, and just making sure that we can be open, honest, and clear.
Exactly. So it's somebody that things happen, and based on how we communicated, how we handle things, how we deliver things,
Mm-hmm.
that would have never went left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Relationships would have been salvaged based on if we were able to communicate and express ourselves in a way where it didn't come off as rude or inconsiderate. You know what I'm saying? Those type of things.
Right.
So when she and I was talking, we were just talking about like, when you're a kid, and it's funny because my niece, she's at this age where she's getting, hairs. And so I was like, what you be doing? She was like, I be shaving. And I was like, no, don't shave. And I was like, telling my sister, you need to go like, maybe incorporate some waxing or whatever. Because when you get older, you think about hyperpigmentation, you think about the ingrown hairs and, all those things. And as women, when we're young and our mothers or grandmothers, they don't really speak on those things. And it's just like, it be looking a little ugly, and it's because when we started so young, we didn't know how to express and tell our mom, like, hey, this is what's going on, this made me feel insecure, or it's weird, and like, I just wanted to be gone, so I've been shaving, so what is that? And it's so funny because I brought it to my sister, she was like, yes. And when me and the esthetician we was talking, we was just talking about, skincare and stuff like that, and just body hygiene, because she was like, a lot of ladies come in here, and I'll be like, no.
She not gonna do it.
No. I'm not waxing over stuff. These are no hair bumps. Or, discharge be a little colored and things of that nature. So, she was just talking like the body hygiene as grown women. These are not no teenage girls. These are grown women that are coming in, and I'm a person. I'm a person that's gonna see this. So you don't care? Or you don't know? Not you per se, I'm just saying like, she's saying like, either you don't care or you don't know that like, this is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, oh wow, because I was telling her about the podcast as well. And she was like, I was like, anything don't me. So I was like, I'm gonna talk to you to see.
This sounds great. And so, I'm all for the live shows. You know, that's what I'm all for. Not necessarily say we have to go for like a live waxing or anything like that. Because I've been asking about getting waxed, you know. But I'm just, because I'm excessively hairy. Like my cousin was at my house this morning when I was cooking, and she was like, "Cousin, like you are so hairy." Of course I had on a tank top. She was like, "That is so sexy, like on man, like all that hair, this, that, and
I told you, I was like, that's that manliest man, like.
And I was like, girl, you just imagine what some of the men be saying when they see all this hair on my body.
But my thing is, what would you get wax, Shay?
Moving it on.
I don't know how I would be there to film that.
No, but I think, you know, we were supposed to go see, what was her name? Shasha. We were supposed to go see her for our facial. So, you know, that within doing that, you know, I think we can do something else to kind of go along with that.
I think we need to definitely implement lives a couple of times out the, you know, month.
Absolutely. So we have a guest coming, and this guest that we have coming, she is a fitness trainer, correct?
She's a fitness trainer. How I met her, it was at a gas station, and she was making coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But she had, you know, she had her phone, and she was like 10 reps. So you know me, I'm so nosy. Like I was just looking, you know, looking at whatever. So I was like, she was like, yeah, I'm doing a virtual training right now. Mind you, she is fixing a coffee
And doing virtual training.
Wow. And the person was like, you know, with it. Like they were, you know, pumping. I could see them. It wasn't like, girl, you making coffee. Like, you know, no, they was focused on what they were doing, what they were supposed to be doing, what she was telling them to do. And I was just like, it was crazy. So when you stated, well, when I had basically said body confidence, I was like, we got to do a personal trainer on here just to kind of, you know, discuss some things that some previous clients or clients that has dealt with, you know, hey, this is what's going on. Maybe I've been depressed or suicidal about how I look, my weight, you know, the things that she has experienced because she's been in it for a while, and it, of course, it's a passion of hers, and it's something that is making her money because, I mean, I don't see no advertising else but this, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna get into all of that. So if you guys do have any questions about, you know, when she gets here, definitely let us know.
Yes, we got this fitness trainer coming in.
Yes.
I can't wait for that because, you know, I need to figure out how to, you know, do some squats and, you know, get everything.
Oh, yes. This guy, he got a Squattober coming up.
Squattober. What is Squattober?
But he said, don't come to my gym if you ain't ready for this lower body workout.
That's all I learned. But I heard but with squats, from my understanding as well, like it just works this too. It works your core and works your butt.
Your legs, your thighs, your hamstrings.
I don't need no more thighs, no more.
No, but you can calves.
Yeah. Baby,
Yeah.
No, this is all muscle, baby.
I mean, my calves used to look like that when I used to be in the gym. I used to love my calves. Like men used to be like, girl, I know you don't play no games.
And you know, that's the crazy part. Like people see, of course, you know, most of my pants are tight. So when people see my calves, okay, coronavirus. When people see my calves and stuff, when people see my calves and stuff, they be like, damn, like what you do and yada yada yada. But I have to tell people like, I used to, I can't even agree and say it is genetics. I have to look back over my childhood. Like I used to ride my bike all the time. I used to run. I used to march in a band.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? All those things played into an account because like looking at.
But why they didn't diminish?
What you mean?
You had got a stomach. Why your calves didn't diminish?
Because baby, I always done had a stomach because J-Man always ate good. And that's on period.
It ain't about eating good. You have excessively been eating for years. Let's say that.
Pardon me.
But no, like your calves is something men that is excessively in the gym looks like. Like you see the men.
You see me.
You wanna be in my gym.
Yes, y'all. Oh man. Oh wow.
Yeah, so she definitely gonna come through and give us You know, and she do like a complimentary virtual training, one complimentary virtual training. So if that is something that you guys want to, you know, get into to see like, okay, this is for me, will this work for me, will this give me, you know, like that push or that drive? Because, you know, when you physically don't go to a place such as the gym, you kind of lose the enthusiasm, you kind of lose the focus because you think you can slack off. But the most I have ever lost was at-home workouts.
Really?
T25.
Who?
T25, Sean T.
Oh yeah. So I have this whole P90X, this and the third. When I went through my second round of losing a bunch of weight, that was what it was off of. And
Me too.
I was actually working at a warehouse at the time, and that was the best year of my life. One of the best years of my life so far.
And you probably wasn't dealing with no other issues.
I wasn't dealing with no other issues, baby. I was happy.
Yep.
I was go lucky.
Yep.
This and the third. Like, it was just like, okay, let's get it.
Yep.
And my body confidence was up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't mind. Like, when it comes to like taking pictures and stuff now, like I have to make sure like I'm in a certain position.
Yeah.
Like, even when we was just taking pictures, you know, for this jogging suit, like, it's certain pictures or certain angles that just don't work for me. And then, you know, me and you had even discussed like, okay, Jay, you know, dark colors work for you more than light colors do. Just because you don't notice my stomach as much, you know.
We did say that.
Yeah, you know, we had that conversation. Of course not. But yes, we had that conversation. Now you remember. But yes, you know, body confidence has been something that I've always like been bothered with. You know, my mom used to make me feel so bad. And it was like, she was like, dang, you just so big. And because I was always like the biggest in my class. Like, and it wasn't necessarily like they never categorized me as being overweight. I was always tall.
Yeah.
I didn't, when I was in middle school, I've been the same height since I was getting out of middle school. So I've always been this size. I've always been tall. I've worn between a 36 and a 38 since I was in middle school. And that's because I was tall.
Wow.
So I was tall and I had a butt back then, from my understanding. But yeah, but everybody will tell you it was the truth. And then I lost weight because I had gotten bigger, like my stomach actually got big. And so then it was like, you know, all that readjusting and this and the third. But my body confidence is something that I've always struggled with. It's always been something where it's just kind of like, I was never made to feel as though, I always knew I had a cute face, but that was about it.
Yeah.
You know. What's going on, world? It's your boy J Man.
And this your girl Ashley J.
And we have a special guest with us in the studio today. Ashley J, who do we have with us?
We have the Storm. Yes, Operation Storm.
Operation Storm.
Training. Operation Storm. That's really dope when you think about it. I don't know if that's your real name, Storm.
Yeah,
that's your real
name. My real name.
Wow.
Everybody's like, for real? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
your parents were big X-Men fan?
No, it's actually a story behind it. So my grandmother was actually fighting in Desert Storm while I was born.
Oh,
everybody's
wow.
like, X-Men.
That's dope right there.
That's super dope. Yeah, that's super
dope. I
dope.
call like my clients my soldiers.
Yeah. That's really cool. So we brought you on because this segment is body confidence. And you know how we met, you were virtual training someone.
Yes.
And baby, you was making me some coffee.
Okay.
And I was just like, that's so dope because even in this whole pandemic, you know, people not going to the gym and they're still some are still staying focused and saying, hey, what's another option? Whether someone would be like, whatever, you know, I'm good, I'm just gonna do whatever, eat my American deli and keep it moving. So how did you get into fitness training? Kind of give us a little backstory, you know, about you know, your passion, your love.
So for me, fitness was never a thing where it's like, okay, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna be a fitness trainer. I actually went to school for bachelor's in mass communication. I played a lot of sports. At Piedmont College, they'll probably be like, this girl couldn't sit down because I was trying to be in everything. I did lacrosse, did cross country, track and field. And so it was then when I was like, okay, why the hell? Am I finally like graduating? I got a bachelor's, but all I did in school was like train my friends to like get in shape for season. So I said, well, I might as well just like make this a thing. And like I liked it so much. After school, I actually didn't end up liking the marketing job that I had, and then I ended up switching and working with this niche gym in Doraville called BodyFit MD. It was fun because I pretty much helped run the fitness side, and then the owner, who was actually a doctor at the time, did everything next door as far as like taking care of our clients with cellulite, things like that.
Oh wow. So it's always crazy how we have a plan, right? And a lot of times people always say like, what you have a degree for if you're not working in it, like, because we get put in this box in society. They never tell us about our passion. They never tell us about entrepreneurship. They tell us about, oh, if you like to talk, then you need to be a therapist, or you know, or you want to talk.
School for communications.
Those type of things. They don't say find your passion, because that's going to give you happiness. That's going to bring so much more to the world. And you know, the fact that you're doing something totally opposite of spending 4 years, student loan. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing something totally different. So, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so walk us through the life of, you know, being a fitness coach, like, because I know at the end of the day, you have to basically, you have to live the lifestyle that you want people to believe in, basically.
Amen.
So what does that look like for you?
Right. So in order to like train people, you cannot be a trainer out here that is not putting in the work. And that's like, you know, that's why we clown on Tekashi 6ix9ine, because we're like, you're not really hard, but you pretend you are. So, like, you want to really live the life that you say you're living. So for me, that means putting in work. I tell my clients, now, am I going to work hard? No. I'm working out 3 days a week, 30 minutes, because guess what? I got to train y'all at the end of the day. But at the same time, I'm going to do enough to take care of my own self, my own mental, spiritual health, because I can't go out there take care of you if I'm not taking care of me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's me.
And so something that we were talking about before you actually came, because, you know, we've been on this whole body confidence thing, and we were supposed to do this whole working out and this and the third. So would you agree that when it comes to someone trying to be fully focused on basically trying to get their body together, the mental part has to be there first? You have to remove your distractions, those things that get you down, those things that stress you out. You have to move away from them in order to get your workout on.
Yeah, you do. Because, I mean, I cannot work with you if mentally, I mean, you're coming off of your job and you're thinking about, you know, that boss that said you weren't pretty much enough, and you're trying to have the focus that we need for a workout. It's just not going to happen. So, I mean, sometimes I'll, like, even tell my client, look, 30 seconds, let me pull you to the side, let me get these gloves out, get this anger out, whatever you're dealing with, put it right there, and, like, let's go back to work. Because, I mean, it's just a distraction. You're not going to be focused.
And that's what I would tell him. You know, we have to shed that mental,
the mental weight.
Yeah, that mental weight. Yeah, basically, you know, in a storm. That you would say, we are in a storm, we're shedding things internally where, you know, it just pulling us to a space where we just can't meal prep. We can't really stick to a schedule when it comes to working out. And that's the whole thing. And I was just like, it's not that we ain't gonna get it right. You know, it's just that we need to get there. We need to get in a space where we can fully 100%. Because when we did go back on the things like when the body was right, we had no distraction. Life was just, you know, moving, dangling, you know, swinging.
You got those people that like there and they climb there and they best after a breakup, like. And I'm like, oh, this client is locked in this month because she done went through stuff. She trying to get her life together. And then there's another distraction. You got a reason why.
Okay. So when we speak on body confidence, what some things that you have dealt with being a trainer and some clients saying that, hey, this is the issue, yada yada yada. Like, can you explain some experiences and what was the outcome or results?
So I do have a lot of clients, per usual, that are just like, they want the instant gratification and, you know, the popcorn results. Like I had a client say, this is like my number one thing is that I want a big booty. You know, normalize the small booties. Like if you got a small booty, you got a small package. Like let's let that be that. But like I try and figure out, you know, why people are really trying to get a specific area or target a specific area, because that's what I need to work on. It's not, I really got to help her work on her booty every day. I got to help her work on her confidence. And in that, it's about showing her other stronger suits as far as her workout. So if you are a beast as far as cardio, guess what? I'm going to pump you up in that because you need to know that, like, you are great at something.
Oh, wow.
Just look at your booty, you know. I mean, like
That's
somebody
super
gonna be happy that you could carry back groceries upstairs and not be winded. Like,
Yeah, that's super
It's
dope.
okay.
That's super dope. You know, the biggest thing when we started this whole body confidence thing is because we looked at a lot of like the social media and you know, they put out there, you know, if you ain't got the big butt and the big boobs and the flat stomach and you know what I'm saying, you're not it. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing that we have just kind of like come across and really just looking at is those people are so empty on the inside.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they had to go through so many changes to change themselves. And so what they do is, a lot of those people that do have like that perfect image, they attack those people that don't, that because they wish that they had the love and the care that those other people do
And
have.
it builds them.
Yeah.
But that was something that I really wasn't expecting to hear. You know, like that analogy when it came to okay, they saying this because you know everybody wants to target. What is it? Spot. What is it called?
Spot reduce.
Spot reduce. Yeah, everybody wants to spot reduce. Oh, I'm just trying to work on losing my stomach. I just want to lose, and it's just like no.
Yeah.
Everything has to go, you know,
Yeah.
everything has to shed. You can't do that. Your body doesn't say, oh, because you're doing 800 sit-ups, then I'm going to give you washboard abs, and your leg's going to be flat. You know, it doesn't work like that. But it's really, I can tell that you are really true to what you do because you're saying, hey, you say you want to butt, but I know it's your confidence. You know, most people be like, oh, well, let's do these glutes and let's do these squats on because that's what you want to work on. Because I want you to continue to come and you really not going to see real results like that, you know. So that is really dope and it really shows that.
That's super dope because you know you go to LA Fitness and they be like, oh, you want glutes? No problem. Let's get this package going and we got this trainer. And then you walk in and the person that's supposed to be training you is eating a fish fillet sandwich or a hamburger from McDonald's. And it's just kind of like,
really?
Yes, that's really what you walk into. Like I went through it all, like going to Planet Fitness and on one day of the week they got pizza sitting out and donuts.
Well,
walking into
it's a method to why they're doing that.
Madness,
It's a method to that. Because when you can just continually just eat healthy, your body will get into a plateau state. So you have to shock it with something. That's what they're doing. They're shocking it with a donut, with a pizza.
Right.
So it ain't crazy. It's a method to that.
Well,
but you want to get a plateau.
I just didn't
I don't
agree.
get my science on stuff.
Okay, I just didn't. She should. Yeah, she really does. Because we've been going back and forth and battling on this thing as it comes to like bodies and this, that, and the third. But yeah, like so. Okay, when someone wants to come and train with you, where do you start? Do you start as far as hey, what's your eating habits, or you know, like where is it that you kind of like what? How do you kind of figure out like what you're gonna get into?
Right. So my thing is when somebody's coming to me, okay, why? What's up? Like, tell me, what are you working on specifically? I work with a lot of athletes. I work with people that are trying to do weight loss, muscle gain. So I need to figure out why and what you're working on. So now I know what I need to tailor the program for. A lot of people say, mostly for me, it's weight loss. Okay, well, what areas are you trying to focus on? You know, what have you been doing? How's your nutrition? Because that's 80% of it. I don't know why we in this society, we're like, okay, 5 days a week, I'm gonna hustle hard, and then
I'll work on that diet.
You know? So that's why I try to make sure, look, we're focusing on this, and if you're not getting it, then I'm very also quick because I'm real. Look, I done showed you what we need to do. I've been working with you, I've been putting in time, but you're not doing what you need to do, you're gonna have to balance. I will break up with clients, like, real quick, it's like, it's a waste of time, like, we're not helping either of each other, like.
And that's good because you got some people that be like, oh, I've been going to the trainer for the last year, and they be like,
Eat meat, but it's like
all right, guys, and we're back with Storm.
Yes, the lovely Storm, unique name.
Very unique.
Very unique, and
Very
it's what you have going on. So it was destined.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
Cause you couldn't been IT tech with names.
So aggressive, y'all. So aggressive with Mario.
Keyboard,
Like, So when we were on a break, you were like dropping these nuggets as far as like what it takes or what it takes to, you know, have that mindset to say, hey, I'm gonna take these fitness goals serious. You know, and give our viewers and our listeners like what are those nuggets?
Right. So generally, I think what we were speaking on is like what somebody needs as far as like from a personal trainer. You're really just lacking a couple of things. It's either, you know, intensity. You're not being intense enough in your workouts. Needing accountability, discipline, or just either knowledge. A lot of times people, they know what they're doing in their workouts. They just need somebody to push them, somebody to just give them a few more, you know, mental nuggets that's going to help them out and take it a little further.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that discipline word that's so big, especially as it comes to, because when speaking of just my own self, like at the end of the day, I have no discipline when it comes to food. If I see it and it looks good, I'm gonna eat it. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the seafood diet. Like I'm a foodie person. Like I like to eat. I can cook, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to go out and eat? Sure, why not? Oh, you want to drink? Sure, why not? Did you know that drink you just had is 1,000 calories? Really? That's not bad. You know. You know, that's just, and I guess it just kind of comes with, you know, just kind of like being free. And also another thing, like I've always been, we were talking about before you came in, I've been like the same height since middle school.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? When it came to it, it was just kind of like, what do I know? And then my first year of college, like this stomach came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Everything else was nice, but then this stomach came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like the stomach came, and then my face started getting bad, and it was like,
freshman 15.
What is going on? I'm just getting fat. And
Can't study,
I can't do nothing. It was just kind of like, what's the problem? They're like, oh, well, I see what the problem is here. You swipe your card every day, eat wings, and you know, you're not doing anything because I wasn't marching anymore. I didn't have to walk anywhere and stuff like that. So it was just kind of like all those things, and then here it is. I'm 30 now, and it's like, yeah, I'm still fighting in the face.
But you see that it's your obedience when it comes to it.
It's really my obedience because actually I tell you, actually be like, no, we're not eating that today. And next thing you know, oh, Jake got a delivery.
Yeah. It's about knowing and being real and being like, yep, that's what's holding me back right there. Yeah.
It really is. But I also realized like we were saying, like I have to get rid of that mental weight because you know stress tends to I'm one of those people, oh, I'm stressed, oh, I'm gonna eat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat because that's gonna help me cope with what I got going on right now.
What is it called when you eat to self-soothe? It's a word for it. I can't remember what it is. But you were saying like you need accountability, discipline,
knowledge.
Absolutely.
You said knowledge and
intensity.
Knowledge based on what?
Just your workouts. Like people don't even know like, well, you know, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing this, and then listing off exercises. First of all, they're exercises that we see on Instagram, Facebook, or magazine. Like how many reps, how many sections, you know. You got a plan, but like, what's the plan? How are you going to execute? Like that's what I need to know.
And that's really big because I've reached out to like a couple fitness trainers and this and the third. Like one guy, he called me just this past week, like, yo, bro, like, what's up? I'm trained, yada, yada, yada. And then another guy, he works for the same company I work for, and he was like, oh, purchase these fitness ropes, and I'm gonna send you some videos. And so I purchased the whole little rope, the tension rope set or whatever. And it's still sitting in the bag. I'm still waiting on the videos. And he was like, I need a picture of your driveway. I need to see how long your driveway is. And I'm just like, bro, can you just send me some stuff so I can do this stuff? Like,
I didn't tell you spend money like that.
He trying to work that stomach.
I was trying to get it right. And here it is, like, and I was like, bro, like, what's the problem? He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call you about 6 o'clock and we're gonna do something virtual. So when she told me what you did, and so then it was like, oh, I'm gonna call you back. It's gonna be, I'm gonna hit you at like 7, and like that's what I can deal with. You know, I understand we got Corona and this, that, and the third, but if I'm sitting my ass at home waiting on you to call, you say 6 o'clock, then you take it back a whole other hour. Baby, I'm finna eat and go to bed. I don't have like I have to have somebody that at the end of the day is gonna make me be consistent.
Yeah.
And that's what I've learned.
Accountability.
Discipline.
Yeah, discipline, that accountability. Like, if you coming at me like, oh, you hit me 30 minutes before we supposed to have our session, and you like, oh, we gonna have to push it back this and the third. Oh,
Because he
okay,
just
baby.
wants you to buy the ropes, baby. He wants you to buy his ropes.
No, I bought these ropes off Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah, he told me what to get, and I just bought off Amazon, and he was supposed to be sending me videos, but that's the thing, everybody wants to call themselves a fitness trainer, this and the third, but you don't have the consistency nor the discipline yourself, you know? So when she told me what you were doing, like you sitting there fixing coffee, like, can I tell you? Like, let's get to it.
So
That is
why I'm like,
amazing.
that's somebody who I want to interview because I've seen it in a sense where I should have said, you know?
That's the thing, like in Atlanta, like y'all said, it's so big to be a trainer, but you don't have trainers that are disciplined, take it serious. Like these trainers out here, like you said, you count how many clients they have, how much their monthly dues are. You're like, okay, they're making some good racks off this. But like you have to have something stronger than, okay, this is just to put, you know, food on my table. Like, like my mama, I get her in shape. Like she virtually trained. Like, what you got going on? Like, it is not a game. Like, if you're not having a reason for doing it, it's just gonna be, the message gonna be,
It really, it truly is.
Yeah.
Because when I really first got into fitness, I was in like a 10-year relationship, and next thing I know, we were going on vacation and we came back and we were looking at photos, and I was like, "Who is that?" And he was like, "That's you." And I thought, "No, you don't have me looking like this. Like this ain't me."
Happy weight.
That was no happy way. That was like out of control. Like if I show you a picture, you'll be like, "That ain't you." I don't have to show you that picture. And so I literally, when I seen that, I wasn't depressed, but I was like, no. And it had to be very serious. I literally went on Craigslist, typed in T25, because I don't know where that came from. I really don't know where T25 came from. I went and met her, me and him, we met the lady at South Lake Mall, got it, and I started the next day and I lost 30 pounds. I could tell you I had like the water with the, not pineapple, with the grapefruit, the mint leaves, the oranges, you know. I did that. I had meal, I was so not playing. That picture, you guys see the picture, you're gonna be like, well, I was so serious. So you would think that like, okay, that was, you know, when you're serious about something, it's no looking back. You're gonna go take that next step. I took that next step. I would literally, she was selling it for maybe like $20, and I bought it.
That's why. Because
That's
like,
why.
you knew why you wanted to do it. Like, everybody is motivated by like, because of this. Like, that's the American story. What's your why? Like, why?
Yeah, you have to have a why as
Yeah.
to, you know. So how can people find you?
So as far as Operation Storm, I am in the streets, y'all. I'm all the way around Atlanta, north side, west side, east side. That's my streets like, you know, the west end. But I'm pretty much on Instagram, Facebook. I have the website, operationstormtraining.com. And typically we are doing some type of virtual training or I train people in person as well.
Okay. And so if a person, what's the first step? If a person wants to, somebody says, hey, I want you to train me.
Right.
Because I'm sure you hear that all the time. Hey, I want you to train me.
Like a first complimentary
It's a consultation. Consultation. Generally, what the step looks like is just us conversing over the phone, seeing, you know, what your goals are, your why, how long you've been doing it, what has been your plan, so I can see potentially, you know, what have you failed over and over again, so I make sure I have the best treatment plan. After that, it's just, let me give you a complimentary workout. Let me make sure that, one, I'm a great fit for you, because I know my style of training is not for everybody. And then also making sure they're a great fit for me.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think like having someone with your mindset of really loving it.
Yeah.
I can see it, you know, not like when I first met you, I could see it. So now, even the things that you have stated, you can tell that this is something that's near and dear and you're serious about, you know, so like
that's super dope. Like
to
meet somebody that actually cares, like it's not necessarily about the money, it's more or less at the end of the day, like, hey, if you ain't into it, I bet I'm gonna break up with you because you're taking up space that somebody else can honestly, you know,
they really want to be here.
they really want to be here, they want to, you know,
that's a word for me too.
Yeah, that wants to actually sit here and this is their focus. They have a why as to why they're doing it, you know, and that's super dope because you meet people be like I said, you go to LA Fitness, you go to, you know, they just be like, oh, you want to lose weight? Sure. This is what we got. This is what we got. And he's sitting there eating a 10-piece nugget, or they. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like, that don't motivate me. Or you do go in LA Fitness and it's just like you see, and they be like, baby, I didn't eat none of that. I know my first week having a personal trainer at LA Fitness, baby, arms felt like they was gonna fall off. He was like, keep going, keep going. I'm like, bro, I don't want no arms right now. Like,
But I get it, cause you know, in that space, like I just try to look like
wait a minute.
But there's a perception only because when it's your first time, you don't look for that intensity. You know, you just looking for like the bare minimum. You know, I'm just trying to get my feet back.
Baby, you put me on that treadmill, put me on that treadmill, raise it all the way up here. Go, you got 15 minutes. I'm just it was too much. It was too much. It was just way too much. I was just like, okay, bro. And then all it took was I showed up and he didn't show up. I was like, yes, this is my way out. Where's the manager? Because I want a refund.
He really did look for that out.
I did, and it came because, baby, and I ain't never been up in the LA Fitness ever again. And the one on Old National, they know me. They know, oh, please don't even let him back up in there, okay? Because I showed out. You took all this money from me. This man don't even show up. Then the next time he cancel and reschedule. Then I don't have time for that. And the first time I met him, he was eating McDonald's. Like no.
It's everything.
And that's why because I was looking at things at that point when I got into it, I was looking at it from a business perspective. Not even like, because at that point I was done with the science. I had mastered that part of knowing like how the body works, the genetics, you know, those type of things. So when I was seeing Baby Boy with the racks coming in, I was like, you have a workout of the day. I mean, you have a warm up, you get your workout. It was kind of like CrossFit. You do those, but the results, you would get them. But as anything, if you don't put that effort into eating correctly, it's not gonna happen. You know, that's the biggest thing. So that's why I was trying to create something that would be able to push the envelope when it came to having accountability with food. You know, because a lot of people, a lot of trainers focus on the workout. It's more so the workout. But the results come from the food. So how to push that? And maybe that was just a word for me.
It's a word. It's a word.
You know?
I got to figure this food thing out. But you know, I realized what it was. I realized what it is. Like, you know, I eat out a lot. Number one. Number two, you know, I love anything fried.
You know, slave to taste.
I'm a slave to taste. At the end of the day, I cook. I gotta cook. So at the end of the day, you know, it's just like one of those things where you're not gonna hand me no piece of fish that you just sprinkle some dash on and think I'm gonna eat it. Like, you know, but it's one of those things where I have to. I'm one of those people where you can fix me a flavorful salad and I'll eat that. But you're not gonna get me to eat no baked chicken that only got some pepper on it. I'm not.
But see, like, and that's what you have to get to. So serious. Like, I was so serious. I was eating fish cold. Like, seriously. Because you know, like, you in between, like, okay, I need to hit this before I get to the gym. And sometimes you can't warm it up. Like, so, and I like cold stuff anyway, so it works for me. That's why I like cold chicken. I love cold pizza. Like, I would, maybe a little bit, maybe like a couple of seconds for the pizza.
Okay.
Maybe like a couple of seconds.
Okay.
But you have to get to that point. Like, Stephanie always say, oh, I know they ain't got no seasoning on it. Because I had literally got to a point, I think it was Eat Clean Bro or something. And he was saying, he was on that muscle. Don't be a slave to taste. If you want them pounds to be shedded, do not be a slave to taste. So that's why I cut out the sugar, the salt. I would literally only have like pepper and some little parsley. And that was basically it. But yeah, so that you really have to get to that point when you are serious. And it may get to a point where you have to hit rock bottom, I guess, to really get to that train. Because I looked at that picture, I was like, I literally had that engraved in my mind that I was never going back to that. So whatever I had to do, that's what I was gonna do.
Right.
You know, so.
That's real.
Well, yeah, so we, Ashley and myself, we're gonna figure this thing out. And
We already have it figured
we
out.
have it figured out, but the next time,
People are like, oh no, I ain't doing no song.
the next time you see us talking about body confidence,
Come on now.
because we're gonna have you back.
Okay.
We're gonna have you back. You know, we believe in, you know, second and third time guests when it's something that we know that we put our minds into.
Yeah,
right.
And at the end of the day, I think it's a generational curse for a lot of people, you know, the
Yeah.
obesity, the being overweight, the being not having that confidence within yourself based off of the way that you look.
Right.
So therefore, if you want to change that, that don't mean you need to go see Dr. Miami or Keisha that work at the little spot in the basement. You need to, you know, put forth the efforts
It won't be J-Man if it wasn't for those products. That is J-Man's finest.
Yes.
But yeah,
But Storm, we definitely appreciate you coming in and dropping those nuggets, shedding those gems, and, you know, adding that value to what we had already, you know, kind of came up with in our heads, but you just kind of like added confirmation.
Yeah.
You provided that confirmation that we needed.
one thing it just popped up. Like, what are your goals when it comes to fitness, expanding? You know, do you have anything that's kind of growing that you want to do or have thought about?
Right. So my thing, and the one thing that I've been intentional about is just having stronger connections. It's not as big as what you're thinking, but just having stronger connections with the clients that I do have.
Okay.
It for me doesn't
Their
make
retention.
sense, to have 50, 60 clients and then only have about 5 or 6 renewing the next month. So
Yeah.
for me, my main thing is because of where I'm at right now in my business life, I want to keep my clients to a minimum less than 30. Hey, I'm focusing on you, you're focusing on me, and we're all on the same track.
That's super dope. That's super great.
Because you'll be rich forever if you have really invested in people that can brag on you and say, oh look, she changed my life. Like I have a couple that's like, hey yo, I'm Richard Storm, and they always showing up at every wedding, like, yeah, I'm my trainer, and that to me means more than like 8 other people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super dope.
That
Super
tight
dope.
knit community.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you know. Even like when we first started, it was like a couple people,
Yeah.
and it was just like family friends, and then it was people that we was like, how did y'all find us?
Yeah.
Or those type of
Or
things.
it's the random, like, it's folks that work in our corporate office that was like, hey, I seen, I'm just kind of like, I see, you don't follow none of us. And, or like, I was out one day and they was like, oh, you be on such and such. I'm just kind of like, huh?
Really?
I like putting that good energy out there, the great nuggets, and that's what people are really attracted to.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing we wanted to do, just having a podcast that showcase positivity, empowerment. You know, that's why we got the shirts. You know, I was created to bring that. Yes, and we have
your shirt.
But you know, that's the biggest thing here because it's just so many things that can bottle you down. You know, just that poverty mindset. You know, those toxic and those cycles, patterns, those type of things, and that is what really people tune into. You know, they go back and watch things, or they'll like when we had Depression Month, people were getting really personal. Like last month was
Very
depression.
Very
Personal. People that we didn't even know, hitting us, telling us things. So it made us so rewarding. Like, okay, Jay, this is what we're supposed to be doing, you know.
That's why it's like weather your storm, because like whether your storm is like physical, mental, like whatever you are going through, like I need you to know that this workout is also going to push you. I'm going to push you as far as your mental mindset too.
You see how you just capitalize on the storm
You
and you told.
literally, because life does not have to be a storm. It's just you got to weather it. We all got our winning season. We all got our
See, Grandma do it. Grandma do it. Grandma do it. Well, we thank you, and we would like for you you the, tell the audience about your social media handles,
Yeah.
where like,
Yes,
get
so y'all can find me once again at Operation Storm Training on Instagram, also on Facebook. Website is operationstormtraining.com. Y'all send me a DM. I'm very personable, obviously, as you can tell. And
Yeah.
I'll hit you back.
Absolutely. And as we always say, you can find us at Generational Empowerment _. You can find your girl Ashley J at Empowered You _ And you can find your boy J_man_2020 on IG. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
And next week will be the end of Body Confidence.
Yes,
And
yes.
we'll be entering into Know Your Word.
And y'all stay tuned.
Yeah.